Hi, this is Rachel Stone with Commonwealth Computer Training in Richmond, Virginia, and I'll show you a few data entry shortcuts for Excel 2010. Here I have a spreadsheet with a list of classes, and I'll scroll down to the next empty row, and the first keyboard shortcut I'm going to show you is Control D. This will duplicate the entry from the cell above. So as you'll see in this cell, I'll enter Control D, press Tab, Control D, press Tab, Control D, and so on. You can also use Control D to populate a group of cells. I want this group to all have the same time as this one, so I'll grab that cell and also select the ones below and press Control D. You can also use it for a whole row at a time, so I'll select this group of cells and press Control D, and you see that duplicated what was above as well. Another keyboard shortcut I like for data entry is putting in today's date, which is Control semicolon. So I'm going to click in this cell, and you'll see Control semicolon puts in today's date. And this date is static, it will not update tomorrow. Another great way to fill several cells at once is using the Control Enter keyboard shortcut. That's Control Enter. So I'm going to grab this cell and a few below it, and let's say all of these need to be Excel 2010. So I'll type that in. And this time, instead of just pressing Enter, I'll press Control Enter, and voila, a large group of cells. All of these are also going to be level 1, so I'll type those at once too. 1 and then Control Enter. Okay. Now I'm sure you've all seen auto-populate when Excel guesses what you're typing based on another entry in the same column. And I'll give you an example of that now. I'll type one of my instructor names, and you'll see Jeffrey Thomas went ahead and auto-populated. I'll press Enter. But there's an alternate to using auto-populate, which is Alt down arrow, and I'll show you that in this cell. So when I press Alt and the down arrow key on my keyboard, it provides for me a drop-down list of a unique entry from all the entries in that column. I'll use the arrow key on my keyboard to select a name and then press Enter. So again, Alt, down arrow, select a name, or you can use your mouse to select the name. And that's it. The last couple of tips I'll show you have to do with customizing your quick access toolbar. The first item we're going to add to your quick access toolbar is the Speak Cells Upon Enter tool. Oftentimes you're entering data onto a spreadsheet off of another sheet of paper you're reading from, so your head's bobbing back and forth between the sheet of paper and your screen. So the Speak on Enter will actually, you'll hear a verbal cue when you enter the data into the cell. First we need to add that tool though, so up on your quick access toolbar, click the drop down arrow to customize and choose More Commands. Under Choose Commands From, choose Commands Not in the Ribbon, and then you click down within that list and press the letter S on your keyboard. That takes you down to the S's, and then scroll and locate Speak Cells Upon Enter, or Speak Cells on Enter. You can actually just double click that, it adds it to your list, and click OK. Here's the button. Now I'm going to click it to activate it.
Cells will now be spoken on Enter.
Okay, so it'll actually give you a verbal cue that the cells are ready to be spoken upon Enter. So I'll type some data in this cell.
Project 2010.
And another one.
PowerPoint 2010.
Okay. When I'm done with the tool, I just turn it off. And as you can see at the top, the Speak Cells on Enter button looks like it's highlighted in gold. That means it's active, so I'll just click it again to turn it off.
Turned off Speak on Enter.
And this may be a tool you'd want to use headphones for if you're in a busy office so you're not disturbing others. And the last little tip I want to show you is the data form. The data form takes all of your fields from a single record, and by fields I mean all the column fields across a row, and collapses them into one screen. And this is handy to use when you have a very wide workbook of data and it's hard to get a picture of one record at a time. Again, we'll go back up to our quick access toolbar. To customize, to More Commands, we're going to choose Commands Not in the Ribbon. This time press the letter F for Form. We'll double click it and click OK. Now just make sure you select a cell within your list of data and click on the Data Form button that we've just added to the toolbar. Now I have a great picture of each class in my list. I can see all the fields for one class at a time. You can scroll down to go from record to record, or scroll back up. If you want to use your keyboard, you press the Enter key to move down from record to record, and Shift Enter to move back up, and use your Tab key to move from field to field. You also have a new button to add a new record. It'll add it at the next blank row in your list. You can delete a record from here, and you also have Find options, which help you search for a record in your list. It's kind of like using the Find that's up on the Home tab. And I'll go ahead and close. And those are just a few little data entry tips that I have for you today. Thanks so much. Again, this is Rachel Stone with Commonwealth Computer Training.